Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and in this video I'm going to be doing a review of the album Metal Sacrifice. This is actually a split album, and side A, there's two songs from the band Bunker66, and side B, there's two songs from the band Vuil. Bunker66 is a black and thrash metal band, and Vuil is a heavy metal slash speed metal band. Odd pairing on a split album. Usually with split albums, record companies try to put bands that are similar together on a split album, where these bands, again, one's a black and thrash band and one's a heavy metal slash speed metal band that sound nothing alike. Kind of odd putting them together on a split album, but whatever. Anyway, so, first song on side A, by Bunker66 is the song Total Possession. Very cool song. I absolutely love this one. Great riff, great solo, vocals are amazing. Although my only gripe, probably with the Bunker66 songs, is that the vocals are kind of drowned in the mix. Not to the point where you can't hear them, but definitely the instruments definitely overpower the vocals too much. But it's not super bad or anything like that. But it's noticeable, and it's kind of I mean, the vocals are great, but again, the mixing of the audio could have been a bit better to where the vocals weren't, too low in the mix. But again, it's not that bad. It's not, terribly bad or anything, but it is definitely noticeable, and it can get annoying sometimes, but whatever. But yeah, as for the instrumentation, like I said, the riff is great, the solo is great, the drums and everything. Again, the vocals are great, but again, kind of low in the mix. But yeah, Total Possession is a great song. And the second song by Bunker66 is Army of the Dark. This is the first song I heard of this band, and it is probably my favorite thing they ever recorded, honestly. Army of the Dark is an odd one, considering it doesn't have any guitar solo at all. It's just the main two riffs going throughout the entire song. And the way it's structured is interesting because there's two different riffs. There's two different main riffs, actually. There's a riff that's played in the beginning and end portion of the song, and then there's a secondary, or not secondary, but another riff that plays through the mid portion of the song. Both riffs are absolutely amazing, although I kind of like the one that plays in the beginning and the end a bit more, but both are great, and both are just epic sounding. The vocals are a little bit more audible on this song compared to Total Possession. The audio mixing on that on this one's a little bit better. But yeah, another fantastic song. Now side B is, of course, the side with the band Vuil. And it starts off with my favorite of the two songs by this band on this split album, and that's Cast Iron Dogs. Now, even though the songs on this, all the songs on this split album are relatively short, the ones on side B are super, super, super short. I think they're maybe 2 minutes each. Maybe around 2 minutes to 1 minute. 2 minutes to 1 minute. There we go. Yeah, Cast Iron Dogs. Even though it's such a short song, it's so good. This is just a really cool sort of epic speed metal song. And it gets the job done, and it's amazing how they're able to put so much into this song, considering, like I said, it's super, super, super short. There's a solo. It goes by pretty fast, but the pacing of it, the song being super, super fast as well, sort of makes up for how short the solo is. I think if the solo was even a bit longer, it may have ruined the pacing, but the way it is fits perfectly with the speed of the song. Great riffing. The vocals are great. Unlike Bunker66, which does kind of have that sort of like a styling of the older black and thrash metal, the old stuff. Vuil very much completely sounds like they're from the 80s. Like, again, Bunker66, even though they have an old school sound, it's still, it's still, at the same time, you could still tell that it's made with modern equipment, recorded with modern equipment and stuff like that. Vuil, on the other hand, sounds 100% like they could have been just plucked out of the 80s. Their equipment, the production, and everything sounds very much 80s. But yeah, Cast Iron Dogs is a fantastic song, and I love it. And then the final song is Head Basher. Another great, but unfortunately extremely short song. Nothing really much to say about this. Pretty much what I said about the first song on side B, I can say about this. A fantastic song. Again, sounds straight out of the 80s, 80s speed metal type thing. And the vocals are also just absolutely amazing on the Vuil songs. Again, just really classic speed metal type vocals. Yeah, that's about it for the songs. Anyway, so, before I get to my final verdict and stuff, I want to talk about the artwork and the overall packaging. So first off, the artwork. Hold on. I absolutely love the artwork. It's sort of a slight, homage to the Possessed album by Venom. First off, the, not logo, the, lettering. The lettering of the title of the album, Metal Sacrifice, is very much, I think, close to or the exact same kind of font used on the Possessed album. And especially the wording on the back of that album as well. This sort of bizarre, sort of like almost staticky kind of look to the lettering. I don't know if you could see it that well on the camera, but there you go. And no, the camera isn't glitching out. That's the actual way the letters look. And another thing that's sort of a reference to the Possessed album by Venom is the color palette: black, red, and yellow. More specifically, the color palette of the back portion of the album, of that Possessed album. The front is just a photo negative, whatever. But the back is that exact color palette: the red, yellow, and black. And I love that sort of reference to a classic album, especially anything Venom related. Yeah, just really, really cool. And then the back is slightly simpler. There's no yellow on the back. It's just the red and black with the side A and side B track listing. I also really like the two different band logos. Bunker66 with the very spiky medieval looking logo. And then the Vuil logo looking like a pair of skeletal bat wings. Now, one thing I really don't like about the packaging is the laziness of it. Great album, but the packaging is lazy. What I mean by that, check this out. It is literally just a folded piece of printed paper. Look at this. See, it's not even a proper vinyl case. It's literally just a folded piece of paper. I don't know what the hell this record company was thinking. I mean, it is so bad that you actually can't just have this in here, like in the you can't just put it in here because the record will actually fall out. You actually have to have a secondary thing to it. You actually have to have a vinyl sleeve for it. And I know I'm glad it came with one because I don't have an extra 7-inch vinyl dust sleeve laying around. They're all used up. I have them on other 7 inches, so I was just lucky that that the seller actually put it in this. But yeah, it's just a very bizarre choice of design. I wonder if they just decided they wanted to cut corners and not and put minimal effort into the actual production of the case itself, which is not good. Which I'm kind of surprised because I have only one other album by this record from this record company, and it's a proper case. Although it's a 12-inch vinyl, it's a normal size vinyl, but I don't know if they do this for all 7-inch vinyl with Ripping Storm records, but if they do, they got to stop because this is pathetic. As for the stuff inside, though, I really do like they have the pictures of the band members, the track listing of all songs, and the recording information of all the songs. But like I said, again, the downside is the very poorly made case, which again is literally just a folded piece of printed paper. It's thick though. It's not like paper. It's like thick, not like a closer to cardboard-ish kind of paper, but still like paper. But yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with this. Oh, and then there's the record. One thing I do really love about these sticker middle portions of the anything that comes from Ripping Storm Records is the sticker has the like a saw blade type design. So anytime the record's spinning, the saw blade looks like it's spinning, and it's just really cool to look at. Anyway, so overall, I'm probably gonna give this. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love every single song on here, and even though I think that there's kind of a very slight issue with the audio of the vocals on the first Bunker66 song. Again, it's not that bad. I've heard a lot worse, and this is it's audible, but again, it's just sort of a minor nitpick on my part. But again, I don't think that ruins the listening experience whatsoever. It's just something that I kind of noticed. But yeah, every single song on here is great, and yeah, sure, I guess it's kind of weird that they paired two completely different sounding bands on this split album, but I don't care because even though they don't sound the same, they're both absolutely amazing. And this album does something that all albums should do. It left me wanting to listen to more. It left me wanting to buy more of these bands' output because I want more. It finished. It's quick. It's you play it. It's done. It's quick. It's over with, and I still want to hear more. And that's what every album should do. And that a lot of albums don't really do nowadays. They just put stuff out. A good album, but you're satisfied. This is one of those few albums, especially in the more modern ones, where it purposely leaves you wanting more to entice you into buying more of these bands' stuff. And that's awesome. Definitely want to get more from these bands. Anyway, but yeah, honestly, I give this a 10 out of 10. Like I said, every single song on this album is fantastic. The musicianship on all of these songs are also fantastic. The vocals, and again, I absolutely love the production of these bands, especially Vuil, where they sound completely like you could play this for someone who didn't know that this band is a more modern band, and they would automatically immediately think, oh, this is an 80s band. But yeah, I highly recommend tracking this down if you can. Unfortunately, it's limited to 100 copies, and I don't think that many are. I got this on Discogs, and there were maybe like 3 or 4 different listings. I think there are only like maybe 2 now, but I'm not sure. Yeah, highly recommend checking these guys out and checking this Split album out in particular. To maybe start off with, just so you can get a taste of what these bands sound like. Alright, so that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.